Hey guys, welcome to another video. I have another what's for dinner for you guys, and today we are tackling 3 awesome Instant Pot recipes. The first one is this amazing chicken Alfredo pasta, which has now become my favorite, just, FYI. Anyway, ingredient wise it's super simple, so cream cheese, Parmigiano cheese, Italian seasoning, which I don't have, so I'm mixing my own basically, garlic, onion, some chicken stock, as well as curly pasta, chicken, which I'll tell you in a minute what happened to that, as well as some cream, and I am using lactose-free cream. So I thought it would be really smart and time efficient to defrost my chicken in the microwave. And the microwave has a tendency of cooking whatever I'm defrosting. Not every single time, I would say once every, 5-6 times, which isn't that often because I don't use it that often. So when it does happen, it definitely catches me by surprise, like seriously. But anyway, so my chicken did start cooking ever so slightly, but I was like, okay, I'm going to be cooking it pretty much straight away anyway, so I also went ahead and prepped my Parmesan cheese, which I shredded at home. And at this point, also, I was joined by Miss Iris, who wanted to be my assistant. Not much help, anyway. So I added 3 cups of chicken stock to my faux Instant Pot, as well as the Italian seasoning, which I don't have. I simply add a blend of all the seasonings that are in Italian seasoning, if that makes sense. I definitely need to make my own seasoning. I'm going to do that. Anyway, salt and pepper as well as the chicken. Give that a little stir. And then I'm going to add my pasta on top. And you're going to make sure that cracking it in half and then kind of pushing it down. You don't want to stir it because it's just going to end up giving you a burnt message. So that's not on. And you're going to kind of press it down. And then you're going to add 2 cups of cream. Iris in the background is just hilarious. 2 cups of cream as well as your cream cheese. And you are pretty much done with like the pre-cooking prep. So close the lid, set it on for 2 minutes of pressure cooking, and it is literally brilliant. Like no time at all, and you have chicken Alfredo. How is that even a thing? Anyway, I continue with the video. So once the time is up, you do leave it for about 5 to 6 minutes of natural pressure release. And once that is done, I actually couldn't get the lid off. I'm amazing. Anyway, you're going to give it a good little stir, and it may seem a bit watery initially. This is why I actually made the slurry. So you can make a slurry by adding some corn flour with some water. I think it's like a tablespoon of corn flour and then like a tablespoon of water. There you go. So give that a little stir and you create a slurry, which when poured into the mixture or the food, it makes it thicken. I'm not sure how it works 100%, but it does make it thicken. I will say I wouldn't do it again, and I haven't since then, clearly because it does thicken a lot afterwards as well. It doesn't need help. So here I'm just giving it a final stir. You add any cheese at the end and just let it melt. And it is literally amazing. It is my new fave. The girls loved it. The fact that the girls loved it and ate it, that is all I need. Literally, that is all I need. It is girl approved. I'm happy. I absolutely love it. And I will literally, I've made it like another 4 times since filming this. So that says a lot. Anyway, let's move on to the next recipe, shall we? So next up, I tried to make a butter chicken, and my husband absolutely loves butter chicken, and I always get the ready-made jar version. So I thought, why not try make my own? So it's pretty straightforward with garam masala, cumin, paprika, and curry powder, as well as onion and garlic powders, and chicken stock, butter, and our chicken. Now there's also cream, which I think I showed there, as well as tomato sauce and tomato paste. But yeah, anyway. So setting my Instant Pot to saute, I'm just sauteing the butter and letting it melt and kind of bubble up. And then I'm going to add the chicken and give that a good cook. You're basically cooking it pretty much all the way through if you really, if you really think about it. Anyway, so I just gave that a good little mix, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonings. So onion, garlic, as well as the garam masala, cumin, paprika, and curry powders. These smelled amazing. Seriously, every time I kind of added a spice and then gave it a good stir, the smells were just, and the sauteing process is actually for that purpose. The more you saute the spices, the more the smell kind of comes alive. It is amazing. That was like my favorite part of this entire recipe. So I added all my spices and gave it a good stir. And then I remembered at this point that I needed tomato sauce. I didn't have as much as the recipe asked for. So yeah, you'll see later on how that impacted. And I also added a bit of tomato paste as well as the chicken stock, and gave that a nice good stir. And we were pretty much done adding things. The color was definitely not where I wanted it to be, but anyway. So you're just going to set this for 10 minutes of pressure cooking, and once it is done, I did let mine sit for a little bit longer than I wanted to be honest, because hubby was a little bit late. But anyway, so once the 10 minutes are up, you're going to add your cream, and this gives it that extra creamy, buttery chicken effect. And as you'll see here, it turned out way lighter than like it should have. Like, I feel like it should have been a lot more orangey, not so much of a beige tan color. But yeah, I definitely did not have enough tomato sauce and tomato paste to get it to the color that it should have been. But I will say, at the end of the day, after all is said and done, the flavor was amazing. The smell was amazing. It was actually pretty good. It didn't reach hubby's standards. I didn't expect it to be honest. But I really liked it. I enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going to be trying more butter chicken recipes in the future. And moving on to the next recipe, we have a chicken mac and cheese, once again in the Instant Pot. This one was like simple yet complicated. I mean, Italian seasoning, cream, chicken stock, Parmesan cheese. I'm pretty sure I had mozzarella as well, some milk, pasta, butter, and chicken. Straightforward ingredients, but yeah, it was an interesting one. So let's get into it. So first up, I'm just going to add 3.5 cups of chicken stock to the Instant Pot, as well as a bag of pasta. This was about 500 grams, I believe, and just kind of pat that down. I then went ahead and added some butter, and I will say in hindsight, way too much butter anyway. Italian seasoning, or aka every seasoning I own pretty much to make an Italian seasoning blend, as well as onion and garlic powder, followed by the chicken, and you're going to want to pat that down to make sure it's kind of in the liquid and immersed, and never ever stir. I can't keep saying that enough. So lid on, and we're just going to set it to cook for about 4 minutes on high pressure. So once the timer is up, you're going to go ahead and add in all your cheese, so the Parmesan cheese as well as mozzarella, and you're also going to add the milk and the cream at this stage, and just give it a good stir and let it kind of sit for just a few moments. And once everything is like nice and melted, that's when you know your mac and cheese is ready to go. And the girls did like this mac and cheese. They weren't crazy about it, like they didn't love it like they did the Alfredo, for example. But it was really, really easy to make, and they did eat it, they did enjoy it. So I am more than happy to make this on a busy weeknight, or even weekend, you know what I mean. But yeah, anyway, that is all from me today, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.